Okay, check 1, 2. All right, mic's on. Having to do everything manually today, just because I don't have the tablet for hotkeys and stuff. Anyway, how's everyone doing tonight? How's everyone doing? Oh my gosh, Sky, Sky, did you come here just so I would actually say that? Hey, Doobie, welcome to the stream. I have to say that thing that I was going to say this morning, right? I'm gonna have to say that thing I was gonna do this morning, right? uh, let me gather myself here for a second. Let me gather myself here for a second. uh, all right, so before I do this, so Sky was shit posting on Twitter again this morning, and I don't know. I kind of opened my mouth, and I'm not sure how it happened. How did it happen? Let me go back on the records here. How did this happen? How did this happen? Let me go back to the records. Hey Daniel, welcome to the stream. We haven't quite started yet, and I don't have any background music going. But before we start, let me just show the exchange on what kind of happened this morning that I kind of have to do now. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Ah, jeez. I know I should have known better than to put myself up to this, but you know, it's not it's jeez. Okay, hold on. So this morning, Sky was doing one of her random posts on Twitter once again, and this is what happened. I'm just basically replying as normal, saying that it's kind of cringe being a YouTuber, but a VTuber, and it kind of is. Let's be honest. I'm being honest, but and then I open my mouth and say, if Sky shows up, I'm gonna do this opening at the start of the stream, and I guess I have to do it now. I have to do it now since Sky showed up. Um, let me get my inner Pekara going on because it's been a while. It's been a while. All right, all right. I'm only doing this once, so. かんぬかかんぬかかんぬかです。Hololive. It's not Hololive. It's not Hololive. Let me try that again. NPC scientist Haruka Itsumi desu. Something like that. Coconuts for bras. Well, I don't think that's quite as cringy, though. That's cringy. All right. Anyway, that's it. I'm not. If you guys want to clip that later, feel free to. I don't have the DVR up today, so it's gonna be a little while before you're able to get to that. God, jeez. So much for. So YouTube's actually supposed to have clipping eventually. Eventually. Hasn't happened yet though, but supposedly some channels have it for beta testing. Hasn't happened today. Anyway, today I'm planning on doing. Where is that? Where is that? The thumbnail. Where is the thumbnail for what we're doing today? So far I haven't been doing much. But today we're gonna do some fan art. Cringy, just dab on stream. I if I could dab on stream, I would, but my arms don't work. My arms don't work. New computer, nice guy, nice. What'd you get? Is it like a brand new computer, like the whole thing, or did you do upgrades? But that's nice though. That's nice. But anyway, today we are doing some fan art, and I put Corona in here, but I didn't think it through really what I was going to do, but I think Corona is as good as any. Custom built, nice. I didn't really think through what I was going to do until like maybe 30 minutes ago. So Corona has been playing some Dragon Quest 3 recently, and I guess I'll try to draw Corona in a Dragon Quest outfit. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. If you've seen any of my previous art streams, I don't draw like most people do. At least it's not same style. And if you did see the last art stream when Ryu was here, it's not going to be as scuffed at that one. The software we were using at the time was really not great. So hopefully it'll be better. Anyway, this is what we're doing today, or at least see how many outfits I can do, because there are 4 characters in Dragon Quest, and I feel like I can only do one within probably 2 hours. I don't typically draw for longer than that, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I'm just going to let's actually take that out, and I'm going to start doing the background music. So the background music we have today is Ragnarok Online BGM music remixes. And if you haven't played Ragnarok Online before, don't start. Do not start. I am too far gone. I am too far gone. So if you know Jasagi from the JCC, he has been roping a lot of people into playing Ragnarok Online with him. And I can't say I dislike it. It does bring a whole lot of nostalgia, just with a different group of people and definitely a different environment. Been grinding way too much, but that's half the fun of Ragnarok Online. So it's the grind. It is the grind. And let me know if that music is too low or too loud. I want it to be at least somewhat audible. I don't recognize this remix, but there's quite a bit on this list, so it shouldn't be too bad. Ooh, that's probably a little too loud. Let me adjust it a little bit more. Alright, should be good enough. Let me know if it's too loud, guys. I'm going to just go start. I'm going to go start here. A little soft. Let me see what I can do there. Maybe a little bit softer than this. It's a little hard. It's a little hard balancing music, but okay. Let's leave it there for now. And if it's too loud for people, let me know. All right, we're gonna go start here now. All right. Okay. Let's see. What am I doing? So yeah, Ragnarok Online, also Dragon Quest. I need to get my easel here. Easel. I don't use this thing enough, but I think I'm gonna have to for now. Otherwise, my head is gonna be buried. It's not gonna be easy to get it on camera. Okay, let's see. Ooh. Ah, no wonder. I haven't used this in a while, so all the angles are bit off. Okay, let's see. Oh, it looks like some stuff is missing there, but that's fine. Alright, so Corona Dragon Quest. It seems like she started that up recently. And I haven't really been watching it because there's other ones I typically watch while I'm grinding in Ragnarok Online, which is God, it's so old now. It's like what, almost 20 years? I can't believe it's still alive in one shape or another. But it is. It's alive somehow. Has anyone actually here played Ragnarok Online? I know maybe like 1 or 2 people here have. I'm just kind of curious what people's experience with the game has been. Let's see, how do I do this pose? I would like to not do front shots all the time. I need to practice side views or at least 3/4, which I haven't really done because front is easier. Final Fantasy 14. I've played I've played FF14 once. Can't say it really clicked with me. It's all right. It's all right. I know there's a lot of people that like playing it. What's with this pose? That's kind of odd. Let's just do it this way though. And PSO2. So okay. I've played a little bit of Final Fantasy 14. I think I played maybe 2 or 3 episodes of PSO2, which was fine back in the day when I didn't get so motion sick playing the game. But these days, when I started playing it, and I think when I started getting back into it getting back to it like a few months ago, and this arm looks really long. That arm looks really. Might just do top body here. Well, it's not so much that my drawings are bad per se. It's more like I have an idea in my head what they should look like, and they never ever materialize the way I expect them to be. I expect them to. And plus, right now, that's more the can't draw part of the title is more like just me saying, don't get your expectations up on how I draw, because it's definitely not going to be quite as polished as some people's are, which is mostly in my head if anything, it's just mostly in my head. But other than that, I'm getting there in my own way. Let's see. With FF14 as of a week ago. Oh yes, I heard about your house. I heard about your house, man. How long have you had that house? Because I know houses in Final Fantasy 14 are, holy crap, expensive. What, like in the 10 millions, maybe 100 millions of gil? Like, holy crap. I don't know how people can save up that much. And there's also upkeep. There's also furniture. All that stuff is expensive. How do you guys do it? I don't understand. I do not understand. Alright, so this is the outline. Beachfront house with in the pirate town. That sucks. It sucks that you had to lose such a good place. That's yeah. What you gonna do? Well, can you find yourself going back into the game eventually, or is that something? Is that not in the cards anymore now that you lost your house? I guess it's kind of like me when I was playing RO before. One by one, you lose all your friends to real life things as the game keeps going. And RO really didn't have much going for it except for grinding, and it's RO, if I had to describe it for people who have never played Ragnarok Online, is a glorified... It is a glorified... What do you call this? It's a glorified messenger, basically. Or let's call it the glorified Discord of its time. Last seen a long time ago, your entire friend list. RO doesn't really... I don't think RO has that feature, though I haven't really checked. Desperate for content. Well, there's Monster Hunter Rise coming up, and I know a lot of people are probably going to get into that. I'm not sure if I will, because I'm not really much of a Monster Hunter fan, but I might give the demo a try. Who knows? Let's see. Wait, I'm gonna put the headband. Where should I put the headband? Headband would probably go right here. I think headband should be right there. And then dog ears right here. This is here. And this is here. Keep forgetting Coroni has like it's not, I guess, kind of sort of twin tails, but it's not really twin tails. Or maybe it is. Well, it probably curb stomps newbies if you are not used to actually timing things. I don't know. The only Monster Hunter I've played before was maybe, that's probably like too thick for tail. The only Monster Hunter I've ever played before was maybe, jeez, the second one. I forget its name, but it was way back in the PSP era. What does Coroni's tail look like? I need to look this up. I mean, it's like way back in the PSP era, and I think it was much more grindy before. But yeah, I don't really know for sure which one that was. I tried it before, it wasn't really my thing, and I think at the time I was more interested in other types of games. It's really not okay. I guess I can put a reference of Coroni up. Let me get the actual reference picture up. It should be easy to do. Hope. I don't use Chrome. I use Firefox, and whenever I save images from a wiki in Firefox, it comes out in this weird format I never expected. Let's see. Let's bring up Coroni over here. Coroni. Oop. Let's see. Let's cut this over here. So let's use this as the reference for Coroni, and we are going to just put her down. I think, or maybe up here would be better. Let's put her up here. I think that would be better because I'm not going to use that space. But yeah, I guess it's kind of longish, but not really. It's difficult. My vocabulary is being bad right now. Okay, I'm just rearranging some stuff on my side. It's not really long. I guess it goes chest level for the most part. Also, you don't really see it a lot, and she doesn't bring attention to it, but she's got quite the decent chest on her, which surprises a lot of people. It still surprises me from time to time whenever she does bring her model up. But it's like, oh geez, that's a little hard to see. But it's kind of like, I don't know, like this. Quite bouncy. And she is quite a bouncy personality also, which is nice. Let's see. I guess it would be kind of like this, right? Yeah. And then how's the tail go? Tail is... I guess tail is kind of sort of like this. It's a little difficult. We'll go with that. We'll go with that for the tail. And maybe I can get the rest of this up here. Maybe I'll do the... Let's do the hair first. But yeah, right now what you're listening to are remixes of background musics for Ragnarok Online. Like I said, Ragnarok Online didn't really have much going for it even now. The main things it's known for is ungodly grind. Like literally, it's a very grindy game, and if you don't have a stat reset or skill reset, it is very unforgiving to newbies as far as builds go. I mean, you can still experiment with builds a little bit between classes. It's just very difficult to figure out what you're supposed to do unless someone tells you to or look up a guide. If I understand correctly, in at least Final Fantasy 14, I think the builds are mostly whatever your class is, that is your build. Correct me if I'm wrong. It has been quite a while since I played FF14, so I don't know how it works specifically. PSO2, your build depends on what weapon you use, so there's not much variety there. It's a lot easier that way, though a lot less experimentation, that's for sure. You can actually do some pretty random builds in RO, like a book mage. You whack stuff and spells come out. I think that's pretty fun. Let's see. I think I need to adjust that here a little bit. I do think that you can make some pretty wacky builds in RO. It just takes a lot of time, a little bit of effort, mostly time because you're farming some gears, also the leveling. A lot of your strength comes from your skills and gear for the most part. I guess that's pretty much the same as any MMO. But being a game that's pretty much just sprites, pretty good sprites even in today's standards, by the way. I kind of think, well, you do lose a lot of time. Playing it. But I will say this: if there's one thing going for it, it's like hats. Hats are like the end game of RO. Kind of like I think glamours are the end game of FF14. Used to be customizable, but they did away with it. You can see certain stats with armor and weapons by melting things. Oh, okay. If following your dreams would make you let a lot of people down, will you still do it? That depends. That depends on what we're talking about. Sometimes depending on what you're doing. Whenever someone gives me a question like that, I'd never ever believe in, well, in general, I don't believe in absolutes. I never believe in absolutes, except for that one. That is an absolute. Never believe in absolutes. But anyway, I don't believe in absolutes. There's definitely a pro and con for everything, but jeez. It depends. What do you do typically that... Well, you don't have to answer this, but just answer for yourself. What do you do typically that would make people say, well, what do you do typically that would probably let people down if you followed your dreams instead of you keep doing whatever you're doing? I guess that's the question. Well, I'll never say swords are garbage. Swords are definitely good if you use them properly. But I like punching things, which, by the way, I don't know how I got into this, but it's got to be Ragnarok. It's got to be Ragnarok. I think Ragnarok Online is where I started learning how to punch things, and that's where I got my punch fetish, I guess. No, well, no, that sounds wrong. That sounds wrong. That's where I got my. I'm losing words tonight. That's where I learned how to like being a monk. I guess that's the best way I can say it, because I don't know how else to say it. Yeah, it is a hypothetical question, but I'm still saying though. I'm still saying. It depends on what you're doing. It depends on what you're doing. If you hold a fairly important position, and you want to do something else, I guess it depends. Okay, here's a different thing. Hey Gavin, welcome to the stream. But here's the thing. If you have a job function that is integral to whatever group you're working in, I would think that would be that would be a very difficult sell to say, yes, follow your dreams and everything will be all right. Let's say I was heading a rebellion or something, and I was a leader of that organization. I don't think I can just follow my dreams off the drop of a hat. I think that would be very difficult. And I don't think people would like that. Just saying. Though, it would be a way out if you didn't want to do anything, have anything to do with it anymore. I don't know where I got that example from, but that's the only thing I can think of right now. It's the only thing I can think of right now. But knowing some people, they would be doing it. Be Monkey D. Dragon. I know who Monkey D. Dragon is, but I don't know enough about him to say what he actually does. I know who he is. I know where he comes from. I just don't know much past that. I don't know much past that. I haven't brushed up on my One Piece. Most of the anime I watch is slice of life, by the way. So One Piece is definitely out of my league here. Okay, that's the hero crown thing, and that is not how it goes. Monkey D. Dragon. Wait, is that the dad, or is that the... Or is that the Luffy's grandpa? I keep forgetting. Is that the dad or Luffy's grandpa? Wait, I think Luffy's grandpa is Garp, right? Dad. Okay, I think the farthest I ever got in One Piece was maybe, I want to say, holy crap, Alabaster? Monkey D. Garp, yeah, okay. I want to say Alabaster, which is, I know, pretty darn early into the ever expanding universe of One Piece. It's like, holy crap, so huge, over 1,000 chapters or something like that. It's crazy. It's like you would think after all these years that you get close to it. In retrospect, it's early. It's early, but I think back in the days, it still felt. It felt like some progress, at least, to a degree. Okay. It might actually help if I zoom in on what I'm drawing instead of drawing from way afar. Okay, so these are ears. And this is the headgear. Whatever you want to call that. Oh, my files are being shown. Yep, all my sketches from all the other stuff. Let's see, let's do this one. This is Corone DQ. Let's see how far I get. I'll probably only be able to do Corone today. But I do have notes on what everyone else is. So, yeah, I kind of lost my train of thought. I don't know. That's a very tough call though. At the end of the day, that's a very tough call. I wouldn't know what to say. It's definitely not something I'm equipped to say. Just because situations be different, and it's hard to know without any specifics. I think that's my main thing. It's very hard to know what without any specifics. And I forgot her twin tails. Let's get her twin tails done first before I do anything else. Twin tails. I think the twin tails are... Yeah, let's just do a rough twin tail-ish thing here, and a little rough twin tail-ish thing here. At least Corone doesn't have that much hair. Just some weird little braids here and there, but it's not as much hair as, say... Oh crap. Maybe Luna, or anyone else with really long hair. That's... How do braids work? Let's see how this thing works. You know that picture. Let's go with this picture on the side. So it goes a little bit like this. I wonder if there's a shortcut to doing braids. Supposedly, if shortcut to doing braids like this is gonna go like that and this, but it doesn't look natural if I do it like this. Well, we'll see what I can come up with. Alright, so let's erase the bottom here. But yeah, anyway, I've been playing way too much Ragnarok music, Ragnarok Online. And that's why we're listening to Ragnarok music right now. But it's a game you probably should try if you got free time. If you don't have free time, stay the heck away from it, because it will suck all your free time from all the farming, if not the grinding. Because that is what you do. You grind in the game. Not grind, farm. You farm in the game for items that may not necessarily have a use, but they look cute. Because cute is everything when it comes to that, and that does not look right. Okay, how does this work? Oh, we're doing Christmas music now. We are in the Christmas town. So yeah, there's actually a Christmas town in Ragnarok Online. And it's a nice hangout spot. Okay. I see what the issue here is. Let's get rid of this part first. And let's do that. And this, kind of, sort of. Okay, a little braid study. Let's do a little braid study. Actually, I can look at this. Let me see if anyone else has tips on how to do braids. How to draw braids. Okay. I can kind of see it. It's like you make the same lines on both sides, but you offset one, like halfway down. And they make some little crisscrosses, and okay, let's try that. Let's give that a shot. Alright, let me just do a little practice here on the side. So, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then you do... How does this thing explain it? So you do this, and then you do this, and this, and then this. Close that up. Kind of, sort of. Hey Shiro Osaka, welcome to the stream. Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. Just trying to draw some braids right now for Corona because braids are difficult. How to braid? I don't even know how to braid in real life. How am I supposed to draw in? How am I supposed to draw braids in art? It's like this. Supposedly like this. I don't think it's supposed to look like that. We'll figure this out. How are you doing, Shiro? How are you doing today? Okay. Alright, let me see if I can actually get this down. I didn't think I'd be stumped on how to draw braids, but here we are. We are stumped. I am stumped. So we go down this way. And another one this way. I think that's better, maybe. And then cross it there and cross it here. Nice. We got to know you're doing well. Jeez. Good thing her braids aren't very long, but this is a sorry excuse for a braid. I'll take it for now. I think it needs to be a bit smaller though. See if I can make that a little bit smaller. Maybe not them. Yeah, it's a little bit better. And 1 and 2 and then 3. Technology. If I had to draw this with pen and paper, this would definitely be a disaster. Thank goodness for technology. Okay, that's a really fat braid on that side, but it's... Ooh, what was that? Okay, shrink that up. It's a little bit too naughty, but we'll deal with it. We'll deal with that. Yeah, let's make the braid a separate layer because this is going to be... It's going to be tough otherwise. And then she does have little tails at the end of the braid. What is this music? Mixed Trill Reforged. I am not familiar with this. I'm not familiar with this, but yeah, lots of good background music in RO. Lots of good background music. That's also probably another issue. I wasn't using a smaller brush. Let's see. this a bit. And let's see, how do we do this? 1, 2. It's like little wispy things. Oh, where's this from? I feel like this is like in one of the so there's this one area in Ragnarok Online called Glass Time. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I want to say it's like one giant church. Ah, that's okay. I'm sorry. I can't. That's okay. Go. ちょっとね。I'm trying to learn I'm trying to learn some Japanese. Maybe we'll do a Japanese stream next week, I think. Yeah. So what I want to do with Wednesdays is maybe Brazil. Okay, well, in either case, what I kind of want to do for Wednesdays is maybe let's just make it a chill stream. It's like chill stream on Wednesdays. Either maybe alternate between art and Japanese lessons. I don't. So here's how I do. Here's how well I speak Japanese. I only know enough Japanese to. Get by just enough. Let's see. Well, I'll try to get Amy in here next week. See what she thinks about doing a live lesson. Just I know she does teach Japanese. I know that, but I think it'd be helpful to do a conversation style teaching, which I don't think she's done before. Correct me if I'm mistaken, but usually she does her Japanese lessons as a what do you call this? As if she was actually teaching a class, but rather than doing a one-on-one, that way you can see the flow of the conversation a little bit better. Maybe we can try doing something like that. Yeah, so maybe I'll try to talk to her before next Wednesday, and we'll see what how that works out. Because I think that would be interesting rather than just do Duolingo for everything. Because as much as Duolingo helps, it is not as... It's definitely very picky on how it likes to do things. And when I say that, I mean... There are some shortcuts to how you say sentences. Like a lot of the subject is understood typically in conversation, so you don't always say anata wa, watashi wa, are wa, that kind of thing. It's usually just, if you say I'm okay, you just say daijoubu desu, ii yo, eki desu, that kind of thing. It's like there's no saying I am okay formally. Most people don't talk like that. I don't think most people talk like that. So it would be nice to do a casual conversation type example, and maybe we'll do it in the context of something. I'll try. That's actually an idea. Let me write that down before I forget. Let me write that down. Because I have some ideas written down for other streams. It's just time. It's just time. Difficult time. Talk with Amy about conversation stream. All right, that's written down. I'll try to talk to her at some point. Okay. Okay, so Dragon Quest style outfits. Now, if you have been to like Pixiv or other places, you kind of see how simple the outfits in Dragon Quest are. It's like very skin tight and very well. There's two ways that the outfits in Dragon Quest typically look like. They're either very skin tight or very billowy. I don't know how else to say that. It's like puffy, billowy. I don't know, but a lot of it tends to be skin tight from what I've seen from other fan artists, and it tends to be on the sexier side, especially for the girls. But it's very simple. Maybe that's why it gets fetishized a lot. I don't know. Maybe. See, I need some more references here. Let me see if I can find. Okay. I was trying to figure out where to put her dog collar, but if she's gonna have that giant scarf cape thing, it's gonna be very difficult. Skin tight is for every MMO? Not necessarily. Let's see. I mean, it's not necessarily the case. If you look at the official art for Ragnarok Online, I guess typically it's not very skin tight, and everyone always has the same costume because sprites. It's a little bit difficult to make customized sprites for everything. But it worked for the most part just because there was different hairstyles and what do you call this? Move that up. And hats to differentiate people for the most part. Okay, so neck would be, I need to draw a neck here somewhere. So neck is right here. I don't know. I feel like for the most part, at least in RO, everything was fairly tasteful. PSO2, yes, that does tend to lend itself lewd. I thought FF14 was a little bit more tasteful though. I feel like, unless I'm wrong, I haven't seen many female outfits in FF14, so I can't really say that for certain. What's this scarf work? Okay, the scarf would go underneath the hair over there. Neck is over here, so I need to maybe do it something like this. That'll be like that. I need to get the braids out of the way so I can actually see what's going on here. And then 60% lewd and 40% decent outfits? Really? I didn't expect that. Not from a Square game. Well, to be fair, I don't really know how they do outfits though. So, yeah. Honestly, how does this thing work? I do not understand. Okay, so there's like scarf thing here. I'm just gonna BS that because no idea. See, I always want to play as boys in games, but no game ever gives boys many customization. That they don't. That they don't. If you think about real life also, guys don't get much customization in real life either. like, yeah, we get shirts, pockets, jackets, suits, but past that, there's not much. There's not much. You have to be really flamboyant or flashy as a guy to stand out, kind of. So it's a little bit difficult to dress up as a guy if you want to have some options or something like that. Very difficult. Oh jeez. How is this supposed to work? So scarf is here. Scarf is here. And her tail is probably going to get covered up. Just do it straight like this. Otherwise, gonna be here forever. And then maybe yeah, as long as you're getting practice for drawing, it doesn't matter where you're doing it. Yeah. That's good though, that's good. Hopefully you draw more than me, because typically the only times I actually draw are for thumbnails and whenever I decide to do an art stream, which is, I guess this is one of those times. But otherwise, it's not often it's not often I draw. Especially now that I've been on the Ragnarok addiction, that's definitely not helping me whatsoever. Put this other outline on. How do arms work? This is why I try not to do anything past the bust, at least for the moment. Because it's a little bit difficult for me to figure out how this works. So here's the head. So head is roughly this big. So if I want arm, so that's arm, arm. What are the proportions again for upper arm and lower arm? Is it 1.5 and 1? Alright, Sky, thanks for dropping by. Enjoy your dinner. Let's see, body proportions drawing. I know it's not the same for everyone, but at the very least, I can get a rough idea on what this is supposed to be. Let's see. Very general average proportion, so one head. Arm is I guess forearm and upper arm are about one head each. Maybe. Well, art experts, please help me out. Because I do not know. Oh, what is this? Dreamer's Dream. Oh, this is the coal mines. I went to the coal mines the other day, but it's like, I don't know. I didn't really. That was only because I was there to farm certain items that I needed really quickly. But otherwise, I didn't really think much of it, and I didn't spend too much time there to have the music get stuck in my head. Which, if you farm in a certain area for an extended period of time, the music really does get stuck in your head. At least it's good music. So I'm already deviating from my outline underneath. Already deviating. because I don't know proportions with squat. Let's see. Maybe go that. And okay, so this is the sleeve portion. Yeah, I remember some tips that Ryu gave me on our art stream last week, but when I'm using a brush like this, it's a little bit. Well, I'm definitely not practicing what she's teaching me. It's difficult. It's difficult. Okay. All right. So sleeves over here. I guess that's. Do it like that. Does this work? I guess you won't. I guess you wouldn't see the inner sleeve that way. Let's move that down, and then arms. How do arms work? Well, the thing is, the arms are. There's like, okay. So head is 1. So it's like. So I think the upper arm would end over there. And then there's like huge glove. I think the hero wears a glove. Let's see how this works. Let's do that for now. Just so I get a decent idea on how this is gonna work. Maybe I'll just have one arm to the side and one arm outstretched. I think that'll be better. That'll definitely make it easier on me. Let's back up a bit here. Probably shouldn't merge those layers just yet. Alright, let's do it this way then. So head right there. Alright, so let's see. And then maybe I can do arm, glove, and then maybe it can be covered up a little bit by the by the cape. It's a bit of that's a bit of a cop out, but may have to do it. May have to do it. Dum, dum, dum. Let's work on the cape bit over here, just so I have an idea on how this is gonna work. It's so much easier if I actually look at the proper reference than trying to mangle this off the top of my head. Because whenever you draw, you're supposed to be using references, especially when you're learning, like me. Except I don't have a proper reference for this. So this is probably going to look weird by the time we're done. Oh, nope, that's the wrong thing. And then there's going to be like a... It's going to be like a cape over thing. Well, thank you for that. We're not quite done yet though, so I don't know how this is going to look like. Whenever I draw, I typically draw from references, and I usually just copy what I see. And I'm kind of doing that right now, except I'm modifying the pose a little bit. Which it would help if I didn't do that. I tend to modify a little bit too much as I go, and then I get lost, and everything just falls apart. But we'll see though. We'll see how well this goes. I may not color it. I may not have time to color it just yet. I'm expecting this to be a little bit out of proportion though, just because I'm not quite sure on how the arms are gonna work. Okay, let's see though. Geffen. Geffen's a very nice town, by the way. It is a town of mages, basically. Well, this is where the mage class comes from. Now, I don't know how it is in... Well, in PSO2, everything is in a hub, right? So there's really no distinct places where you get certain classes and jobs. However, and I think I want to say in Final Fantasy XIV, you do have hubs for certain classes where they do come from. In Ragnarok, that's also especially the case. So whenever you start the game, in private servers anyway, private servers do exist, and that's where I'm at right now. But before private servers existed, and when I played before in the official servers, what happened was you would take a test at the beginning of the game typically, and the test tells you what you are probably compatible with job wise. Now you don't have to go with the test results. Like, depending on what your answers are, you might get swordsman, merchant, acolyte, which is the healing class, wizards, archer, and thief. Those are the main classes. And once you get to the town that you were sent out to, you tend to be stuck there for a little bit while you're grinding your way to become that job proper and then you branch out from there. So this is like just a town that you chill in, basically. And there was definitely other towns that people tend to gather even after they're fully classed up. At the end of the day though, Ragnarok Online is just a game mainly about nostalgia. That's what I like to think. It's a very nostalgic game. Just because you had memories from before doesn't mean you can't do it again. It's just different though. It's just a different group now. Okay, so this is hand. Just kind of hunching a little bit, but... okay, so the tail won't actually show. Let's see, what layers are these? So this is... I know not everyone does this, and some people do. Some people do everything in one layer to flex. But I tend to label everything just so I know where I am, for one, as well as figure out how to piece all these things together. It's definitely not the best way to learn how to draw, because if you draw traditionally with paper and pen, pencil and pen, you only have one layer. You only have one layer, and I feel like if you can do that, then you're a lot better off than most people are that start digitally, because you have all these pieces of lines together, and it's definitely. You have more flexibility that way, but you don't learn to draw. I feel like you don't learn as well drawing that way, because there's a lot of manipulation you can do with software. But that's just my opinion as someone who favors traditional media for the most part. I do have a lot of drawings in sketchbooks that I used to do way back when, and those were more like rough sketches and still life ideas, though. Let's see if I can do the cape thingy here. Let's see. So okay, so there's like a little muffler thing that kind of goes up here. And then the actual cape line kind of goes down here. I'm just not gonna do that left arm. Period. It's because it's a little bit mendokusai. It is very mendokusai. That is perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine. As long as we can understand each other to a degree, that's, I hope that helps. My sentences aren't coming out very well to begin with today, so normally I'm a little better at this when I'm conversing. It's just I'm at a loss of words and what to talk about right now in general. So we're just chilling. We're just kind of chilling. Okay, that looks odd and definitely not how I would expect it to look. Let's move this head a little bit. I think it might be better. Let's get rid of the back outline. Maybe if I move the head up this way. Yes. Let's see. I think it's fine here. I'm gonna have to make a different outline now. All right, let's see. So this is head. This is arm. Sword will be over here. Now, from what I saw in her thumbnail, she actually has a little bone sword. So I'm not sure if it's like a hilt or the actual weapon is a bone, a giant bone. But for this one, I'm gonna go with. Well, I'm gonna try to make a bone, but I it's a little bit difficult to get the bone shape in this case. Let's see, let's do... I see there's some belts. So there's a belt there, and there's a belt here. I think that's really as much belt as there is. There's not actually too many belts here. And then leg. Well, that's too thin. That's too thin. Leg, and it's kind of covered. I think that'll work. I think that'll work. Dragon Quest outfits are pretty simple to begin with, so I think this will work just fine. As far as hand goes, I can't draw hands worth crap. That is not an exaggeration. I cannot draw hands worth crap, so maybe we'll just pretend that this is like a pog glove or something. What was that? Okay. Unless I try to draw 1, 2, 3, 4. How does that work? So you see the 3 fingers up here and then the thumbs over here. So maybe thumb will be like that. It's like something like this, maybe. Something like that. Need to clean that hand up a little bit then. In that case. Or at least get the general shape out. So thumb, and then hand right here. I think that'll work. Yep, I think I'll go with that. That should work just fine. Then we can add details later. Let's see, and then we got belts. Okay. How far does this belt go? I have to look a little bit. A few more references. Dragon Quest. Free. Hero. Ah, I see. So there's a... Okay, I kind of see how this works now. I was looking at fan art for references, but I guess that's not the best way to do this, so... Look at an actual official art for reference. Holy crap, there's so much artifacting here. Too much JPEG artifacts. That'll work. Alright, thank you for dropping by, Shiro. Thank you for driving by. I'm glad you liked it. Alright, thank you for dropping by. Have a nice rest of your day. Alright, so we're gonna... Okay, so if I got this right, this is how the belt situation is supposed to be. So there's a belt, there's an actual belt in the midsection here. And then there is another belt. Across there. And then the muffler is actually... It's a bit weird. So the muffler thing actually looks more like a donut up top. But connected to the donut is a drape. So it's like a donut like this. And there is a drape. Ah, jeez, I need to move that by itself. Nope. Okay. So this is the main. So this is the main part over here. The donut-shaped muffler that goes around the neck, and then it kind of has a drape here that goes over the chest, and then the actual cape itself, which seems like it's mostly just towards the back instead of what I got over here. But we're gonna ignore that for now, just to make it a little bit easier for this drawing. Though the hero does have quite the fancy shield. It kind of looks like a Hyrule shield, and a Hyrule sword, master sword. Though I guess it depends on which version of the picture I look at. There seems to be quite a few differences. There's one version with like Aztec kind of like wings, Nazca line kind of thing. Kind of looks like the bird thing. Like this, this, this. Okay, that's not accurate, but that's kind of what I saw. That's kind of what I saw. That's like, we're not gonna do the shield today, though I probably could. And then there was another one that has like a little demon thing and sword and other sword, cross swords over here. So these are like the two shield designs I saw. Oh, what happened? Back. But we're not gonna just do the sword and shield. I was just looking at the muffler portion though, which it's a very Toriyama style muffler, because I think Piccolo also uses this kind of outfit. Piccolo from Dragon Ball, the Dragon Ball series. Let's see then. But the main thing I'm going to focus on today is this belt thing, which I think has a little. Oh, did not want to draw in that just yet. This belt thing, which has this little buckle here, and the buckle over here, kind of goes across the body and across the waist. The waist part kind of sort of makes sense, but across the body does not make quite any sense. Like, what is the purpose here? It is the scabbard. I see. Okay, now that makes much more sense. So there's actually a scabbard that the belt across the body goes to, and the belt across the waist is just a belt across the waist. Because there's got to be a belt there. Well, there's no reason to have a belt there for a tunic. Like, zero reason to have a belt for a tunic, but you know what? Gotta style it up somehow. And then for Korone, since I saw like a bone thing on her thumbnail, I want to at least try to make a little bone thing for the drawing somehow. Maybe, how does a bone look like? I keep forgetting what the bone looks like. So bone kind of looks like this. Your typical femur type bone. So for this one, we're gonna have kind of like that. And probably bring that up a little bit so that doesn't look like she's just, using the force to keep it upright. Okay. At least I have a proper reference now compared to what I was doing a little while ago. Okay, I'm gonna go with this then. Let us go with it. So belts first. So maybe I'm gonna use a little smaller brush on that. What music is this? Purity of your heart. Purity of your smile. Where's this from? I can't remember where this particular music plays at, but it is one of those iconic, there we go. Sorry, this music really brings back memories for me. Really nice memories. It's funny how music does that. It's like you may not remember much about the music itself, but the music brings you back to certain points in your life that are nostalgic. And I find that interesting. It's some kind of a association to the past. Or just something you were really into at the time. One or the other. One or the other. One or the other. It's quite nice. Nice. All right. Okay, and then the belt strap itself. Maybe I need to clean this one up a little bit before I add that little end of the belt. Okay, I think that's pretty bulky, but I think I'll deal with that. We'll go with that. See, I'm missing a little bit of metal over here, which I need to do. Let's see. One of these days I will clean up my art style. Today is just for relaxing. Just a little relaxing. Okay, so belt buckle here. I feel like belt buckles, the bigger they are, the more, I suppose, is powerful a proper word to use with belt buckle? The more powerful they feel. That's probably why a lot of belt buckles are like really, really huge. And that's probably also why they use belts as trophies in wrestling matches. Because it's like strong. I don't know why. I don't understand it. I do not understand it. At least back when I used to watch wrestling. I used to have a coworker that was really, really into wrestling. And I don't know, I guess there's some sort of I don't understand it, to be honest, because I know wrestling is a lot about showmanship more than an actual sport. Though there is an actual sport wrestling for the Olympics, but it's not the same as what pro wrestling is. Pro wrestling is definitely a lot about flair, a lot about drama, a lot about showmanship. And I never really got into it. But I mean, I can understand it, because a lot of the stunts they pull off are pretty nice. It's pretty good. Japan wrestling, especially here, is especially good. I've never seen it. I never watched it myself. Let's clean this up on this. I need to actually draw a sword now. Well, it's more like a bone sword than anything, but call it a sword regardless. Up, 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 up. Okay. Alright, and then we're just gonna draw a very, very generic bone. Very generic bone for this one. And that's going to be Corona's sword. Now I would actually draw her like a finger sword, because she does like the Ubis. I think this is more appropriate as far as what Corona prefers to use, so it doesn't really look very bone-like after you get rid of those lines. Oh well. Okay. So this is the base for our Dragon Quest Corona. I am going to I'm gonna try to add some more details now, but whether or not I actually get to coloring it, that's we'll see. At least when I color, it's fairly simple. I don't do anything complicated regarding that. See if I can actually add some more details to this, though. And also clean up a few things here. I haven't even done her facial expressions yet. I want to save that for last, just because that seems to be the easiest thing to do. Oh, I guess there was a straight line in there. Hairstyle. I'm very destructive when it comes to my erasure. I'm not sure how other people do it, but I am very destructive, so no preservation whatsoever. No preservation. Oh, I need to... where am I gonna put her bone clips? I could probably put on her cape. Let's see, cape is over here. Let's clean up the cape bit a little bit, because the braids are in the way. I don't think I actually gave her a neck. I just noticed I did not give her a neck. So neck is there. That's her neck. And then we have... Alright, this little donut of a cape is a little weird. It kind of does like this number and this number a few times. Probably clean this up down here to make it look a little bit better. Oh, I'm not sure what's going on up here. I'm going to clean that up also. So we're gonna do this. I have no idea what's going on with this little cape donut thing. Okay, let's break it down. There's supposedly some sort of gusset, I think. What's a gusset? Am I using that word correctly? Gusset. For the neck. What is the definition of a gusset? Anyway, what is a gusset? A gusset is a piece of material sewn into a garment to strengthen or enlarge a part of it, such as the collar of a shirt or the crotch of an undergarment. I guess it is some sort of a gusset, but it's kind of hanging fairly low compared to your typical gusset. I think it's a gusset. I'm not sure if it's a gusset. Alright, I am going to clean this up a little bit though. Or maybe we can do it like this, because the draping part is underneath this donut-ish thing, as best as I can tell. Oh, those are braids. These are braids up here. A little difficult to tell now that I'm looking at it. Where are we right now? This sounds like Payon. I don't think this is Payon. Enchanted Live Peach Tree. Ah, this must be Kunlun. Kunlun or Goryang, I think is the other name for it. I really have not spent much time over there to actually figure out if this is something I remember fondly or not. There's definitely a few tracks that stand out to me. This is not one of them. I need to clean this up a bit to make that cape part a little bit better. It's supposed to be flowy a bit. That's as much flow as I can put in there. And then maybe add a line for emphasis. I think as far as this goes, I think I'm almost done-ish. Just need to actually draw in her face. I'm not sure how she's doing in her run, in her Dragon Quest run so far. Hopefully she's doing okay, but I hear Okayu. I think her Sage. I don't know what Sages do in Dragon Quest, because right now I know Hero is your basic warrior type, and then you have a healer, and then you're a mage. But what is a Sage? What is a Sage? I don't know what a Sage is. As far as in that context, I don't know what a Sage is. Anyway, alright, so face. I need to draw her face in now. Alright, how to draw this part. Her thumbnail has her sweating, but I think we can... She definitely has more confidence than that, I feel like. I wonder if that's the right proportion for 3/4 eyes. I feel like her left eye is a little bit too small. Make that a little bit bigger. And then there's her nose. Now for a dog, she has like a little cat smile going on in most of her art. It looks like a cat smile, more cat smile than Okayu's sometimes. Let me double check Okayu. Well, I guess Corone's. I guess Corona's smile is more broad than Akayu's is, and Akayu's mouth is typically open half the time. I guess Corona is also. Corona's is also. But why am I doing Corona in particular? And it could have been anyone else, to be honest, as far as who I drew for this art stream. But for the most part, I like doing. I need to do at least one thing of Corona once in a while because I am a big fan of Corona. I am a big fan of Corona. And she's kind of the one I watched for the longest time before I started doing the streaming thing myself. And I still do watch her from time to time, but there's so many of them. There's so many of them, and there's so many people that you can't just watch everyone. It's very difficult. Very difficult, no matter how much you want to do it. It's a shame, it's a shame. Okay, so I'm... I feel like the mouth and eyes. Eyes might. I wonder if the eyes could be bigger. This could be bigger. Because they look a little small. Again, eyes themselves aren't that big compared to the rest of her face. I guess they kind of are. But this is definitely small, so let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Oh, nope, that's not the one you need to use. That's a little better. I feel like it's a little better. Okay. And then I need to do the same for her. That's too big. That's... Oh, what's... I think that'll do. I think that'll do. Not sure I'm gonna do her pupils just yet, but that'll do. Cape. Let's do the cape here. Clean this up a little bit. It's a little bit too... jaggedy. Jaggedy, jaggedy. Alright. Well, as far as I can tell, this is more or less done, minus some details, which I will fill in here in a bit. I guess I'll work on details right now. Let me work on details right now. I need to find details, though. Some details to fill in. Which one should I use? So many references, gotta find the right one that has all the details you want, because there's like 90s version, and then there's the updated version. Alright, I guess let's see, if I'm gonna do details, where should the details go first? I guess the glove. Because I know that glove has some sewn in stuff. Like maybe there. And no, that looks weird. Let's keep it like that. It's gonna edge us off a little bit. And then maybe a little bit of detailing on the belts, just a little bit. There's not many lines I can fit into here. And the cape will be the cape. I mean, there's not much I can do about that. Oh, where are we? This is Luti? Is this Luti? We are in Luti now. So Luti is the Christmas town itself. It's quite a nice place to just chill to and listen to the music. It's like got snow falling everywhere. It's nice, very nice. Okay, I guess I can do coloring now. Do I have time to color? Yeah, I think I got a little extra time to color, so it's gonna be a very, very simple coloring. Very simple. Alright, first things first. Outfit. So the shirt is blue. How much of a blue is it? Let's see. I think that blue will work. It's kind of what I see, and then shading extra. Right. Now I know there's a lot of people, whenever they color, they use like a bucket for flats and stuff like that. I tried doing that before, but it doesn't, since I don't, my art style doesn't really lend itself well to it. I just kind of go in like this, as if I'm taking a crayon or something and plastering it in. And the color is typically going to be all on one layer anyway, so I don't really care if I overlap like this for most of it. Let's see, and then yellow for the tights. It's kind of like a dark yellow. Is it a dark yellow? It's like golden-ish. Lighter golden-ish. Okay, so let's go a bit lighter on that one. Yeah, I think this will be fine. And then I'll shade it in later. I just don't want it to bleed up. That would be bad. And I could never find brown I can never find brown very well on the color wheel. Like, where the heck is it? I hope this is the correct brown, because it looks a little bit dirty. Could always start light and then darken it later. So I hear dark to light is also what some other people do. I guess it depends, whatever works, right? Is there a wrong way or correct way to do it? I know most people do flats and then shades and then shade it next. Now here's the one I actually want to get the color picker for. Alright, we're gonna do some color picking here. For Coronis here. Huh. Didn't realize that was reddish. As I thought it was a bit more brown than that. Where are we? Not quite sure. Definitely have to darken this later, otherwise it's going to be very difficult to figure out where things begin and end. Let's color that in. There's probably nothing back there as far as what I've drawn, but feels like it needs it. Feels like it needs it. Alternatively, I could probably have used the watercolor style on this one, but I think this might work better for what I'm going for. Alright, I think that's it for hair. Get your skin tone. I probably should have done skin tone first. Fairly fair skin, Corone. Alright, and then as far as the cape goes, I think that's more like a... it looks like purplish red. I think it kind of looks like this. It looks close enough to me. But before I do that though, I need to color this part in. Because this is not skin tone over here, this is actually another yellow part. I need to find that color again. I think this works. I could probably go lighter. Or lighter. Yeah, we can probably do that. And then we'll darken it up afterwards. And here's the reason why I said I didn't care about overlapping, because I can just color over it. Do. There we go. And I'll shade that in later. There's a little bit of this going on here too. I probably should draw that into the cape portion. There we go. I need a bigger brush for this one. Big brush. All right. Getting there. We are getting there. Gonna have to use a smaller brush for when I get to the metal part anyway. All right. Detailing. Got a little bit of metal for the buckle. Where was this area? I don't recall where this area in the game was. I have heard it before. Many times before. Just can't recall exactly where. And then the gem in the middle. I see two colors. Sometimes it's green, sometimes it's blue. Maybe turquoise would be the best color for this one. I do see blue and I do see green. Let me see what she uses for her thumbnail. Looks like it's a blue. It's more of a blue in her thumbnail, and the crown portion I just colored as silver is actually more goldish. So I'm gonna go over that again. Maybe more yellow gold. Yeah, let's do that. It's a yellow gold. And then we are going to use a little blue, a little dark blue-ish, kind of dark bluish here. With a white highlight, and I need to go over the headgear portion and add a little bit of detailing here. Nope. Don't do that. Not as much detail as I can fit in. It's a little difficult. Maybe I need to use a smaller point. Hope this is small enough. Nope, that's the wrong color. Wrong color. No. Nope. Dang, we're rocking out now. Where are we? Retro Metro. Umbella Dungeon. I went to Umbella a few days ago. I don't remember this. I don't remember this theme. Let's see. I need to do Corona's Eyes next. So that is the base. Oh, nope. Oh wait, I need to get the outer portion first before I start doing everything else. And then the inside. Maybe this is a little bit too realistic for this sort of drawing. Oh well. And highlights would be, I never understood where eye highlights should go. Supposedly it's wherever the light is, but I don't even know where my light is. Alright. I think this is what people would call flats. My flats are done, so I am gonna go ahead and shade it now. And let's make a separate layer for the shade. Alright, so let's see, how does a shade work? Well, her hair is getting a decent amount of shade there. Shade definitely adds a whole nother layer to the piece. As much as I can, anyway. This style. Alright, and then skin shade, which is not a lot too different. No, that's too much. I feel like that's too much. Okay, that's a little bit better. Not too dark. And a little shade for the blush here. Probably add a little bit of actual lines. That looks a little better now. Looks a little better, I think. And then darker shade for the cape. Not sure I'm gonna do this, considering it's a weird cape to begin with. It's probably a bit more of a solid mask than this, but let's go with that instead. And then the dark blue. It's probably not dark enough, actually. Maybe darker here. Oh, no wonder I'm an eraser. That's why it's not working. I see. That explains everything. All right. And then definitely a little bit extra leather action going here. And then a little bit of shading on the bone itself because it deserves some shading. All right, I think that's done. I think this is done. Turned out a lot better than I thought it would. There was definitely some questions on whether or not, or how well this would come out together, considering my references were all over the place. I think that turned out quite well. Let me see. I'm gonna sign this a little bit. Let's see. This is because I'm going to actually put this on Corona's art tag. So let's do a little good luck thing for Corona on. For Dragon Quest 3. Alright. Alright, so this is that's the finished piece, guys. That's the finished piece. I think it came out halfway decent. I feel like it came out halfway decent, considering how these art streams typically go. But yeah, I think we're done for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I hope you enjoyed the music that we had in the background. Sorry there wasn't much talking in this stream. I really couldn't think of much of anything to talk about. But yeah, maybe next Wednesday we'll try to see if we'll do something else. If I can't get a language stream going, then maybe we'll do art again. And then we'll just keep chilling on Wednesdays. So for tomorrow we do have a mahjong game. We'll have a mahjong session tomorrow. I'll be probably playing ranks while waiting for people to file in. And if you guys want to join me in and play a game of mahjong with me, then we can definitely do that. The mahjong thing is the only way I can think of to involve viewers in the game that I can think of right now. If you have any other suggestions, please let me know either in comments or in Twitter. But for now, that's all I got. And I know it's not a game that everyone knows, though I don't mind teaching it before a session starts, before a game starts. Let's see, what else do I have? Yeah, we'll just have the what's coming up next as far as tomorrow. I do have streams scheduled in my channel for what's coming up for the rest of the week. So if you'd like to check that out, please check that out. Let's see what else. I'm trying to think of something else. Let's see. What else? Well, that's all I really got for now. Hope you guys enjoy the stream. If you haven't subscribed yet and you like seeing this kind of content, please consider subscribe. Please consider subscribing, and hit that notification bell. Though I know it's like it doesn't work half the time, so it might be better to just check, I guess, once in a while. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night, guys. Have a good rest of your day. See ya. And ending.